All right, everyone, we're at Lagoon. Today's the last full day of the season. Join us today on the XP project. All right, everybody, here we are. It's the last official full summer day at Lagoon. School starts tomorrow here in the county, and you can smell it. It smells like Frightmares is getting ready to start. I know it's like a weird thing to say, but it just you can feel it and smell it. So today is the last official day. Like I said, I'm just kind of looking at my thing here. So I'm putting this snippet up on the screen. Today they're open till 7, and then on there it's only weekends from now on. So as you can see, all the gray ones are closed days. So just keep that calendar handy with you. Take a screenshot of it or something. Just know that things do change here now. And then once Frightmare starts, the one nice thing though is that they are open till 11, as you can see on there, which is kind of a nice change because it's been closing at 10 this year so far. So that'll be kind of nice to have a little bit later hours on that. But we're gonna kind of talk about that. So we are going into, I guess, what you'd call kind of the off season. But Frightmares is the busiest and most popular time of the season. So even though it's the off season, it's kind of not. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more, but we're out here for just kind of a casual day. I was just informed earlier today by Erica that this is actually National Roller Coaster Day, so I'm going to go on some roller coasters and we'll just keep talking about the schedule. All right, so just like I predicted, the water fountain is emptied. It's completely empty. I knew that was going to happen here shortly because I know that that stage isn't something that's like just easily thrown over there. It's going to cover it, and they've got like some sound equipment that's got to go on there, so that really doesn't surprise me that that's down. But that's, like I was saying in the last video, to get your enjoyment of that waterfall, or fountain I guess is what it's called, not a waterfall, while you can, because that was going down. All right, so before I go get on coasters, which I need to do today because it's apparently National Coaster Day, I wanted to just get a little housekeeping out of the way. So I wanted to say thank you for the subscribes, thank you for the follows. I really appreciate it. It just means so much to me. This has just been a great year. I know I'm making it sound like the year's like coming to an end, but it's not. It's just the summer's coming to an end, which it happens every year. Another thing that I wanted to throw out there, if you could please help me with something, put some comments down. What kind of content do you guys want to see during the off season? Because as we all know, at the end of October, Lagoon is done until almost April. It can open in March, but just usually it's snowy and they just usually have to push back the openings. So we've got that big period of time. Now I will have Disneyland content, I'll have shorts, I'll have some, I've got some Lagoon content that I've got in the pipeline saved for that time. But I'd just like to know, what do you guys want to see? I can go places in Utah. If there's anything you want to know, questions, I might think about doing some kind of a podcast or a live stream. So just put down in the comments what you guys would like to see. I'd really appreciate that.
Rock is open.
All right, so Cannibal's pretty much going to be a walk-on today for single rider, so we'll be going on that first. Man, I don't know if they're like pumping in more water, but the waterfall in Cannibal that time actually was like a lot more than it usually is, and our whole cart just got like blasted with water on that one. That was great. I've actually never had to do that, so that was really fun. All right, let's go see what other coasters we can get on today, because National Coaster Day, keep got to remind myself. All right, so I'm over at the Cannibal store, and they've got these really nice black primordial hats. There's that one with just the plain text, and then there's this one that's got like the teal, I guess, text on those ones. And then they've got these really good looking white ones that have it's almost like a embossed look to it. I really like those a lot, and those run $32.99. It's funny because I this summer's been really weird weather-wise, and like last week it got like really cool, and then I stepped out of the car today and it like said it was only 91, but then like the car said 98, and so I step out of the car here in the parking lot and like just like a punch in the face, it's like hot weather. So I think we're warm again, at least for this week, but it's supposed to cool down again next week. But man, I gotta just go on fast rides today because the wind's like really cooling for me. So I'm gonna try to go down and get on Wicked. All right, so while we're talking about heat, just being on the subject, I kind of get ranting a little bit. There are a couple rides that I would definitely stay away from during the summertime heat. Colossus is definitely gonna be one because there's absolutely no shade in the Colossus line, and Rocket's gonna be the other one. There are a couple others like the Tilt-A-Whirl like is right in the sun, but it's usually a really short line, so that's not really that big of a deal. But definitely Colossus and Rocket are, in my opinion, the two worst sun queue, I guess you'd call it, rides. So I just thought I'd kind of throw that out there. Part of me just kind of feels like if I just, whoa, that got really loud all of a sudden. Part of me just feels like if I just stand by this primordial sign, then it might just magically open. I still, like I said, I still think that it's going to be that first week of Frightmares. I would highly doubt they're just going to like open it and like they're just like, hey, the gate's open. I would guess that they're probably going to put something up on their Facebook page saying that it's coming in the next couple weeks or whatnot. So I think that we're at least 2 more weeks out, maybe even a week out. But that's just my prediction. I just don't see them just opening the gates like without telling anybody ahead of time. Man, part of me wanted to go on the Rocket, but like I was just saying, that queue is brutal. Like I'm looking at the Rocket and I can just see that queue is probably 118 degrees right now, guaranteed. But we'll save that for the cool season. All right, so one other thing I did want to mention while we're out here, I mentioned this in another video, but just because like the summer season's coming to an end, don't feel like you have to like rush to the water rides because they actually keep those running all year long. So even during like, man, I want to say it's like 50-degree weather during October season, during Frightmares, you can still go on all those rides like Rattlesnake Rapids and stuff. So don't feel like you have to like run out here this weekend to get on the hot rides. All right, so look what popped up. All right, so I knew that that haunted house was gonna pop up because for a little while I kind of thought I was maybe crazy and that there was never one there. And I was like laying in bed the other night and I'm kind of like, wait, was there actually a haunted house there? But there is, and it's put up there now. So by my calculations, you got 1, 2, Midway, the Clowns, then you've got the Malevolent Mansion, and then this one, I'm gonna walk around and see if there's any sign that says what it's called, and then the one back in the back. So there's actually 5 haunted houses here that I'm counting so far. Oh, 6 because of the seance building. So 5 unpaid ones and then 1 paid haunted house. So that's actually, we're back in full swing. This is great. All right, well, Bambora's a short line also, so we're gonna go hit that one next. All right, so walking by the white roller coaster, I did forget to mention today is the last day for the Smoke and Mirrors show. If you got a chance to see that and the Alice in Wonderland show, amazing. Those were 2 of the best shows I've seen them do here in my whole time of coming to this park. So I know that they usually change the shows up, but I wouldn't be surprised if they bring back that Alice show because it was just so well done. But I'm gonna keep an eye on over the next 2 weeks and just see if they put anything Halloween up, because if I remember right, I think they usually put a Halloween show there, so we'll keep an eye on that. Well, you know, if there's a smile on my face, it's because Wicked's a walk-on, so we're gonna go on that one next. I mean, everything's just, lines are just so great today. It's just, it's a good way to end the regular season here, you know? This is still one of my favorite rides at the park, and maybe even one of my favorite rides anywhere, but this queue is just absolutely brutal during the sun. So if you see this more than like a 5-minute wait, I would probably pass it up because this sun just gets blazing over by the Colossus. All right, everybody, thanks for joining us for a super chill last day of the summer at the Lagoon Park. Thanks for joining us on the XP project.